to one side. Okay, so we are streaming a round 7 double elimination match between Mugwort and Grandmaster penguingim1, Andrew Tang from America. And since we started just a little bit late, let's just recap the first few moves. E4, E5, knight f3. So this is all very theoretical. And then H3. Hi there, Michael. So welcome to the CWC voice. I'm streaming, so yeah. So I'm actually just. Oh, he sacks on H3. Okay, is that normal?
Yeah, you can play that. I mean, I don't do it, but I think Mugwort does it quite often.
I mean, it looks really good.
Yeah, like what's the material now? Backs down a rook, but has an attack.
Yeah. Down a rook, but yeah, the white rook is falling and white's king is quite exposed.
Yeah, I think it's might have been a little bit more accurate to defend with bishop at e3 or bishop at h4 after black's 8th move, pawn at g3. Like moving the bishop is okay, but I think those two were
bishop
a little bit more accurate.
Bishop at e3 or yeah,
h4
or h4. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. There is a slight danger in the position if white ever gets a knight on f7. Something to be a little bit worried about.
Mm-hmm.
So pawn and knight. Okay, so cash is in, and probably drop a rook on. Does rook on g2 do anything? No. What about pawn at no? Pawn at g4. Let's see. Does that do anything? It does do rook at g2. What would be the threat? Rook takes, bishop, queen takes. No. So what's he? Yeah, it's hard to see what he's threatening. Okay, yeah. So king f1, knight at d2. Okay, I see a threat now. So he must go king h1, I guess. Yeah. No.
Yeah, but what now?
Yeah, what now? Rook takes bishop would be met by queen takes rook, bishop. Yeah. So this is almost, you're going to win the queen. Rook takes bishop, queen takes. Rook takes bishop, queen takes bishop at g2 check, and then check with the knight. Oh, maybe you don't win the queen. Okay. If the king comes to h2, maybe yeah, it can run out to g3. Okay, that's sneaky. So you can't take the pawn on h3 because the knight takes bishop. Check. Well, it's not that sneaky because you're winning 3 pieces for the queen. This looks wrong because the pawn at g2 is a mating threat. If you can just do an intermediate move. I was thinking in that position just rook g3 and then pawn at g2. That's a potential idea. Rook g3, queen takes rook, pawn at g2.
This
Wow,
is mate, yeah.
that's mate, yeah. That was sneaky. So Mugwort started
Now a Scandinavian.
sharply, yeah. So he's, okay. Just getting a lot of background noise.
Yeah, it's coming from Lazy's end.
Yeah, so I turned him down to softer. Okay, so
Scandinavian with early A3. Not that common. I would say knight f6, d4, bishop g4, bishop e2, takes, e6, castle, knight bd7.
yeah. I mean, I played this sort of thing, stuff similar to this myself. And
Yeah.
what I always find challenging is where to put the queen.
Yeah, so far all good.
Yeah, I mean, things can...
And if now like pawn at b4, you can probably even take it. Because the rook on a1 is hanging then, although the queen looks a little bit misplaced on a1, but
Yeah,
it should be okay for black.
attacking the knight as well. Yeah, so white is doing well here.
Yeah, more developed, more space.
What I find in these sorts of openings is everything is going okay, and then suddenly you do some harmless looking move, and the evaluation jumps from +2 to +7. So it's quite difficult to play.
Yeah. Maybe just knight back to f4, like knight at f4 now. Bishop back to g6, and then maybe push with d5.
I don't know. I don't think you need to, but okay. Yeah, I feel those pawns are really they're really solid in controlling the center.
Yeah, they are. So knight at c4, going after the queen.
Yeah.
Queen a6, bishop at b5.
That's the problem. It's trapped. Is it trapped?
I think so.
Yeah. So queen takes knight probably coming.
Indeed. But what now?
I know what I. Yeah. I'm thinking. So the two weak squares in White's camp are b2 and e3. So yeah, with the knight d5.
Yeah, kinda. I mean,
they're the two entries.
yeah, e3 is covered.
It's double covered, but
It's covered twice.
Yeah. But what I mean is they're the entry squares. That's why white's,
Yeah.
and the reason why white's winning is because those empty squares are basically safe. Yeah, this is really awkward because it's how do you defend this pawn? Like if you defend with the rook, you have pawn at f6 coming and your position is crumbling. So you almost have to play a move like b6 here. But that leaves open bishop at bishop at c6, so that's just no good either. Yeah, it's really hard to defend that pawn. You kind of have to just give it up. This is really nasty. Wow. This is like the worst. This is like the worst position ever. I mean, it's like, yeah, knight d8. Okay, that's a good move. Takes, and pawn at c6. Look at those knights. That's not how knights work together. Yeah, the knights are looking a lot better now because they're controlling a quadrilateral. Uh-oh, f6 is weak now. Yeah, bishop takes knight, now f6 is weak, so he's probably going to hit f6 somehow. Yeah. It's the rook. Ooh, good defense. I think you have to give up the queen.
There is not a b8 check.
Oh, no, b8. Okay. Didn't see that. Well, you can take hold of the back rank, which I think is what he's doing. Ah.
Yeah, now the time pressure is hitting them.
Yeah, that's going to really favour one of these players.
Bishop at d8, is this mate?
It is
it's
mate.
mate.
Yeah, he finds a neat mate. Because if king goes to
king
c8,
rook
rook at b8, yeah.
Yeah. So taking wasn't right. Instead of taking king c8 properly. Was needed.
Yeah. So we're getting into a slot. Queen has to come back, I think, to d8.
But then you are dropping g7.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So maybe e5 is needed. Queen to e5.
Okay. Huh.
Queen to g6 was also possible, but then knight h4.
And what about
looks
f4?
like the queen is trapped.
f4?
f4 now. Perhaps. Kind of weakening though, since you have bishop on f1.
True.
I mean...
But so you can't take e4.
Knight.
You can't take e4 because the knight would come back and cover f2. You could take the pawn on f4, but that would develop his bishop. And yes, it's quite, so queen takes f4 is possible, or pawn takes knight, as you said, takes f4, takes pawn, or drop the knight straight away on f2. Yeah, so pawn takes knight and drop the knight on f2 looks reasonable.
Yeah, then what?
There's no mating threat. And then take the rook. Still winning
maybe
it.
Like queen d5 after knight at f2. Just to hit the bishop. If you take the rook, then white
Yeah.
can take the bishop and try the mate on f8.
That's true.
But then maybe fd6. Okay, he takes here, so he gets both knights, but
With 2 knights. That's greedy. um, but actually, it works because it's hard.
no.
It's hard to defend. Maybe knight at d3, but that doesn't work because of pawn takes pawn. Hitting that knight. Okay, knight.
Yeah, if not at f2 now, you have queen e2 check to dodge a little bit. And then maybe some kind of ideas with f6 pawn push.
Right. And this is reminding me of Penguins games in an earlier series.
Yeah. Against Terra, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not f6 now, since takes take and pawn at f2 might be a little bit dangerous.
I think it was against was it not against Amidel? I could be wrong.
Oh, was it? Oh, it was actually, yeah. Terra. No. Who did Terra lose to? Oh, it was Terra against. No, it wasn't. Was it Terra against Wembley? No, it was Amidel against Wembley. Terra against Masterton.
Terra had to play. No, Terra 87 had to play. Was it Garnet 1-2-3?
He lost to Masterton.
Okay.
He lost to Masterton,
He lost to Master
I
10.
think.
I thought he lost to Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Amidel beat Beaming, but then he lost to
Terra.
Wembley.
He lost to Terra as well. Yeah. And then lost to Terra as well.
Yeah, in the losers bracket, yeah.
Yes.
So now at f2, hitting the queen and rook.
Yeah, so black has got a lot of material.
And f6.
So knight takes queen is tempting. Knight takes rook is tempting. I mean, which one's mating? Let's see.
I guess neither with this material in hand, or with the queen or rook in hand. Like, whichever you play, I think white will take on g7.
Now knight takes rook surely is mating after you've taken the pawn. Because you've got a pawn drop on f2.
Yeah, but you can still go to like king d2 afterwards.
Yeah. But surely you can go rook at e1,
Now he has
check, and then king f3. No, I'm sure pawn at f2. Yeah, because pawn at f2.
King d2.
Pawn f2, king d2. Okay, yeah.
Now there is mating trade with queen at f8. So black can't take any pieces yet.
So queen f8, 2 takes. I see, yeah, takes, and back rank is the problem. Ouch. Yeah.
Oh, nice tactic to win the f6 pawn. Queen is on d3, so queen takes h7 might be possible soon.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, rook is protected, so that's good.
Yeah.
But still, like, queen takes rook and then knight takes bishop is possible.
Ooh. Promotes to queen or knight?
Ooh.
To queen. Or simply threatening checkmate.
Queens. Pawn at d3! Ooh.
Checkmate. Queen cuts everything off. So Mugwort.
The Coup says, "Who is that? Michael?"
Yeah, of course it's Michael. We're in the ZH channel, by the way. He's so just to recap again.
Okay, new opening. Oh, he's playing the French.
Kind of weird exchange French.
Yeah. So now either I like to play pawn at d4 or knight b to d7.
D4 looks good. Oh, pawn at D4. Hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, at d4. Now
I mean that
I
pawn.
think Mugwort. I have played.
Knight is knight
I have
B5
played
possible.
this.
Yep.
Yeah, knight b5. Now our game went something like bishop d6.
I mean, how do you defend the pawn on D4?
No.
Yeah, bishop D6, but bishop D6. Okay.
Bishop d6, knight takes f7, king takes f7, knight takes d4.
Yeah. Okay.
I have had few games in that line, I think. Okay, but he plays bishop c5, covering the pawn. And he's ready to castle, and also like a6 might be an idea to kick the knight.
Oh, sorry, I just noticed Baku's in Twitch chat. Yes, this is Michael on the CWC voice.
Hey, Bagoose. Okay, knight d3.
So we're hitting the bishop, and then we're going to try and pick up
Yeah,
the
it's
pawn.
kind
So
of double. It's hitting the bishop, but it's also
blocking up your own position.
blocking his own bishop on f1 and c1 because the d2 pawn can't move.
Okay, but the plan is bishop b6, pawn at c5. Surely.
Yeah. So let's say queen e7, check. Queen e2, I suppose.
Well, black has no.
Bishop e2, then you can just castle.
Yeah. But black has no pieces in hand, so even bishop e2 seems okay.
Yeah, but then you can just castle.
And white castles also.
I think.
Yeah, so queen e7,
Yeah.
up castles, and then white castles.
Castles.
Oh, he just gives
He
up the
plays
bishop.
this way, but now he will play queen e7, surely, to win it back.
Yes.
But then maybe block with the queen. Queen takes c7 and then bishop at e7. Queen takes b5.
Yep.
Bishop takes f8 or f6.
Yes.
I mean, surely he didn't miss that queen e7 is now possible, but what is he thinking now?
Probably about that bishop at e7, one move deeper,
Yeah.
which is rather bothersome.
Okay, here we go. And d3. Okay, seems like little suspicious, but let's see, maybe it's good. No, but take on c5, pawn takes queen, and then just take on e2 now with the bishop, yeah.
What was the idea after c takes d3 there?
I think knight c2 check.
Followed by
Knight c2, king d1. Not sure actually. Oh, maybe you take on b5. I'm not sure. But then they can take on f8.
yeah.
And surprisingly, Penguin is the one on time trouble.
Where's Penguin's time all gone?
He's been thinking in the opening.
Yeah, so hi there, Lazy. So this is the Lazy MD
Hey, okay.
on CWC Voice.
Yeah, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, you definitely should. The place to go to for Crazyhouse.
Yeah, so I can put it in the Twitch chat. There you go. Okay, this is nasty. Because also, yeah, knight. Black resigns. So queen's in hand, but yeah, I didn't see it through to mate.
Yeah, E8 was.
E8 was covered.
I mean, E8 was covered by the knight, so he had to block on
F8.
F8. Then you can maybe trade once and drop again.
Drop again, and then he has to drop on E8. Yeah, things are getting a bit ugly.
Yeah.
Okay, and Mugwort seems to be playing. Surely this is different from 2 games ago.
Yeah, it's kind of different. I mean, it's yeah, different.
Oh, yeah, it was knight.
So Queen H4. This is kind of new. I mean, it's kind of old, but recently more players have started to play this line, like Legion and Wembley.
Right.
I have a feeling Penguin is a little out of practice. Crazyhouse line. Scrolling back, it doesn't look like he has played any games recently on CWC.
Yeah.
No, none at all. Not for the past month when he played in an event arena. Mugwort, on the other hand, lives and breathes Crazyhouse.
Okay, Queen at E5 check now, attacking G7 and C7.
Although having said that,
So what happens
Mugwort has
after-
also not played very much since the high contrast incident. He basically has only played World Championships, Crazyhouse World Championship matches. Oh, and he's played the. Was it? It wasn't not the Shield, but yeah, he's played some of the sort of big arenas, but he hasn't played much sort of day to day.
Yeah, I think
He used to play on the train and stuff. He hasn't been doing that lately. Knight at e6 is it necessary, isn't it?
yeah, to cover G7 and C7 probably, but then I'm a little bit worried about just pawn at F5. But maybe you just attack the queen.
Okay, well, he went for the knight e6.
So suggesting in the chat, queen at d7, queen takes g7, d3,
Yeah, with the idea c takes knight c2.
c takes, then knight c2. Yeah, you saved up your knight.
Knight c2.
For c2, yeah, it looks risky, and then you're losing.
The rook on H8.
Yeah. You're compromising your own position. Oh, what? Yeah, phew. The bishop covers. For a second, I was like, whoops.
Yeah. Yeah, the bishop covers, everything is fine back home so far.
Guy in the chat found disapproves. A little bit of a difficulty for Peng here. Okay. Fine.
Okay, finally he takes on h8, h6. And now black to move. It's decision time. Do you keep defending or do you start your own attack?
Yeah, so
And he goes for the attack. Pawn there, but knight could take that. What's the idea? Like knight takes, queen takes? Maybe you get some tempo to the queen like pawn at c5, but... Oh no, you don't, then knight at g7 check. Yeah, knight at g7 is coming, so you need to cover that. Maybe knight at f5.
I think queen takes.
No, Wolf, you didn't have a knight in hand. Okay, now it's possible though.
So what's Wolf's suggestion? Knight at g7, okay. Knight at g7. King probably wants to run out of discoveries, that's just...
Yeah, I would suppose so.
But then it's castle's queenside check. Kind of moves.
Or just queen to d3 maybe to move out of the way. Ah, he wants this one.
Haha, he wants to force it.
Okay, a little bit sneakier. Yeah, but you can just block the diagonal, but then you won't have the pawn in hand to check.
Pawn at d2.
Ah, he checks right away. Maybe queen take? No, probably too crazy.
Ooh, ow, did not see that.
I think it's still fine. Like, knight takes rook, bishop takes knight. Or do you check? I think you should just take back. You're very safe at home.
Yeah.
So instead he plays here.
Oh,
Okay,
this is bad.
covers g7.
Rook d8 and bishop takes queen.
Ah, maybe. But then... Oh, mate.
Oh my goodness.
Strong. 5-0.
I'm sure that game was not so obviously his. Yeah, so it was still minus. Black was still winning after that combination of rook d8, which takes queen. Gee, so
Yeah, I think Black's king is quite safe on d8.
this is interesting. It's interesting because Black is getting a bit more counterplay this way.
Yeah, this looks like a good position for... Well, maybe not good, but better than the previous ones for Black in the Scandinavian line.
So Lone Wolf is pointing out an interesting move in the last game. I wonder which move number it is.
Yeah, I think he's waiting for the drum roll.
$21.
Knight at A8,
Knight at A6.
A6. Oh,
So it's threatening knight takes C7 mate. And why can't I just take that? Because then, oh, queen takes C6. Blocks. You take the rook. And black's not mating, queen takes rook. The bishop's covering, yeah. Very interesting move. Nice one, nice. So in this game, yeah, I quite like that move at. So he just gives up the knight even.
yeah, he castled out of the way.
But then he's giving the knight back, giving a piece back, potentially.
Yeah.
But the knight's trapped, that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it could go to G8 back, but that doesn't look very nice.
So you're just giving the piece back, which is...
Yeah, probably taking back with the pawn, because if you take back the knight, then white could even think about dropping a new pawn. Yeah, bishop takes e4 is possible, although I think his idea is to drop a knight on g7. Maybe? Or what's the idea?
Well, I think the idea is to trap the queen like you did last time. So where can the queen go? It's, yeah. Yeah. There are not that many squares available for it. Like queen f5, bishop at e4.
Yeah.
So if the queen goes to h6, then of course you could take that. And queen takes rook. But then, yeah, then this. Because the queen's now no longer defending the bishop. Yeah, that's the problem. So knight takes bishop.
Or maybe bishop at b2 first, because knight on c3 was hanging.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
And now if he wants to save the queen, he has to go to a6. And then something like
There's a mating threat. That's annoying.
bishop at b5.
There's a smothered mate threat.
I mean, not yet, right?
Yeah, so if knight takes bishop,
Maybe soon.
if knight takes bishop,
Yeah,
you're,
then there
you're
is.
mated. Yeah. Which is it.
But now you can take the queen. And then block the g file. Pawn at c4 maybe.
Yeah.
Like bishop takes queen, rook takes knight, pawn at g4.
Yeah, so why didn't he take the queen?
Sure.
Maybe he's hoping that queen's trapped regardless.
Yeah. He's blocking the g file and also
This is nice.
yeah,
No.
some
Yeah. I was thinking... I was wondering if there's any bishop takes c7 shenanigans. I can't see it yet.
Pawn at g2
Takes, knight h5, bad.
takes that.
Take the bishop. Rook takes
Okay,
bishop.
check.
No, you can't. Knight's defending the bishop. Oh, he's threatening pawn at g. Yeah, but the queen takes rook kind of
Yeah.
defends, as long as then white has some follow-up. So queen takes pawn, knight takes. Now, does white have an attack? Loads of pawns, bishop and a rook. Is that enough to launch an attack? Ouch. But
No,
surely,
it
surely
feels
white,
like
white
pawn
looks,
at
yeah, mating.
c7 should be the move. Although
I was thinking,
not.
I was thinking pawn at e7, but okay. But then he runs the other way.
Still queen c8.
But still king c8, yes.
Or maybe even e8, not sure. And now the time trouble. Rook takes g8. Oh, he has a rook in hand. Yeah, so you can't do that.
Oh, rook's under attack, that's nasty.
Yeah, sneaky.
It's hard to do this on time pressure. Takes a knight. Doesn't want to lose stuff with check. Wow, all the pieces are defending each other quite nicely for white. Queen takes pawn. Yeah, queen takes pawn
Indeed.
coming in. Queen takes another pawn. Knight coming in check. But is there a finish? Queen takes pawn. Ooh, he hasn't got a knight though, so he's only got 5 seconds. But he's got so many knights, this should be all over. Knight E1, knight F2. This is really
And
frustrating.
no more checks.
he's
Oh,
defended.
but he doesn't have mate.
He has no knights.
Yeah, no, nice. And now it's mate, yeah. Or... Okay. And queen b5 to finish.
Yeah.
6-0.
6-0 Mugwort. Wow. Taken down by Fiklu. Comes back with a vengeance. Sorry, so why not bishop at a4 and c takes b4? I mean a takes b4. And Sandra Feder says, I like the background noise very much. It's relaxing, I'm serious. The loser is out of the candidates for real. Right, yes, this is the second this is the elimination bracket. The background noise is yeah, in the UK it's hit 35 degrees and I've got a fan running. It's quite funny because you know there's a huge drive in the UK to put in insulation in lofts and all this kind of thing. And the idea is you save lots of electricity in winter. But something just occurred to me in the last week is if people do put in more insulation, then in the hot summers they're going to be spending a lot more on air conditioning and fans and so on. So it's not really going to be saving electricity at all. It's just spending electricity in a different season. And it just sort of occurred to me that I'm not sure people have actually thought that through properly. They just assume it's a cold country, people don't use air conditioning and fans and stuff. But they'll have to if the weather's like this all the time. So Lone Wolf says, Penguin did not play at his full strength, I feel. He was a bit out of shape for Crazyhouse. Perhaps. And Mugwort hasn't played in a while, but he looked quite sharp with his He knew his what he wanted to do for his openings. I feel. I think because he was caught off guard by Figurud a little bit. So he knew he had to be sharp against Penguin. Cool. So thanks to Michael and Lazy for joining in the voice chat.
Thank you for having us. I wonder if Mugwort will join here, but oh, he is online on Discord.
So then the winner of this match, so Mugwort, is going to play GSVC probably on Sunday. If Mugwort is free Sunday and GSVC is free Sunday, that match will be happening on Sunday. Okay, so congratulations to Mugwort. I think I don't know, should I wait for it? Okay, I'll wait a bit and look through some of the... I'll look through some of the games again. Oh, they haven't been run through. They haven't been run through. Okay, so this one, so I'm going to turn off the best arrow, because that's slightly off-putting. The feedback I'm getting. Okay. So let's have another look at that game 5. And turn on engine. So queen takes queen, bishop takes queen, d takes c6, there's queen at e5, blocks, knight at f5. Has to go queen at f6 to defend g7, takes. Yeah, so apparently taking is a mistake. Instead, maybe sacrificing the knight for that pawn on g7. It's very important to create weaknesses. So it's not clear if this is... So then pawn at h6, and white maintains a slight edge, so the computer line goes like this. So quite a long line. Knight at f6. So h6 also doesn't like, it likes pawn at g5 for some reason. Okay. Okay, pawn at d4 it does not like at all, it wants rook g8. Takes. Knight takes d4. So let's go pawn at d6 first. So the problem with this is queen takes d4, bishop takes knight. Yeah, really surprising that it wants to take back with the b pawn and not with the queen. Usually you want to maintain your structure, not create weaknesses. But maybe knight at e4 is a problem.
Yo, Mugwort joined the voice.
Oh, hi there, Mugwort. Congratulations. I was just looking at your game. I was looking at game 5 again because it's quite a crazy-looking game.
Yeah, I wasn't too comfortable in that game. I was under a file and on g7.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't actually mean to sack a pawn on d4. I didn't realize I was sacking a pawn. It helped relieve some pressure, distracting the knight on f5. Got a pawn at d4 like a couple of moves ago, but I didn't realize I was actually sacking a pawn. But maybe it was not too bad.
Yeah, it's pawn at d4. Yeah, the computer doesn't like it. It
I
likes
wasn't
pawn at
quite
d6,
sure.
but yeah.
Wasn't quite sure this whole queen at c1 was going because there was always the knight at g7 threat, and I have to defend anyway.
Yeah, and weirdly, the computer doesn't really like knight
I
at
mean,
g7.
I'm sure white's much better.
Yeah, but so weirdly, the computer, the moment he plays knight at g7, it goes, "Whoa, why do you do that? You should be." Yeah, it has this crazy move on move 21.
Knight just gets in the way, or the bishop just gets in the way on g7.
So do have a look at move 21. It's quite. Yeah, the knight kind of gets in the way. So pawn at g7 it quite likes, but it has a crazy move on move 21. You should really check it out. Knight at a6. That's what the computer likes.
Knight at what?
Knight at a6.
a6.
Yeah. Lone Wolf pointed it out to us.
Stand.
So the idea is you're threatening mate in 1 if you don't take the knight.
Take c6.
Oh, you're not threatening mate in 1. Hang on. Knight takes b2. Is it not mate? No. Okay. Yeah, if you take the rook, it's not mate.
If you take the knight on a6, do I get mated somehow?
You don't get mated, but queen takes c6. Block with the knight on d7.
I guess.
And then queen takes rook. Yeah, just pick up the rook. And meantime, your bishop is... Yeah. The bishop's still providing coverage. And
with his bishop still alive on h6.
yeah.
So that was the other thing. The bishop took defense away from d2 when it recaptured on g7.
And then if knight takes rook, knight takes c7 check. King has to come out to d7, which looks sort of awkward. And then you can go bishop takes knight. And then you go queen takes bishop check. Queen takes d2.
That's kind of desperation.
Yeah, king takes knight. So you're giving up the queen, basically. Yeah. And then you castle.
Probably the engine's just doing some checks to survive.
So, in this, you're saying desperation. It's you got a queen for a piece, and a safe king. So yeah, I'm saying plus 10 maybe.
I mean, black's desperate. If the best move is queen takes bishop check, black's getting desperate just to survive.
Sorry, I was queen. Sorry, it wasn't queen takes bishop. It was knight takes rook, knight takes pawn, king d7, and you give it. Queen takes bishop here. Yeah.
d2.
Yeah. Queen takes this one. Yeah, for sure. Queen takes d2. Yeah, that is giving up the queen because the queen's kind of trapped otherwise.
White holds all the advantages in that position.
Yeah, exactly. So knight at a6 is not really something.
I mean, if he doesn't find knight at a6, then
there's pawn at g7 is
convincing for white.
So pawn at g7 would probably be something worth thinking about.
But is that still based on the idea of picking up the rook on a8 with this trick?
Let's see.
Picking up a rook, what's the use going pawn at g7?
So knight takes g7.
Rook g8 instead?
Rook d8. Yeah, he also had this trick with rook d8 check. And then picking up your
queen.
Picking up the queen. Yeah, we saw that during the match. But apparently it's like when we saw it, it was still -3 or something. There was this idea,
it's
but
not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Quite safe on d8, I think. In that case.
Exactly. So it's like it's still equal. Yeah. Oh, and you're picking up his queen as well. I just realised. So yes, it's not that bad at all.
Not the critical moments in this game were pawn at d4. It's probably just a blunder instead. Or is that what you're saying? Pawn at d6?
Yes, that was earlier. Pawn at d6 apparently. We haven't looked deeply. It's just
Shield the king when it either castles queenside eventually or goes king d8.
yeah.
He's going to land on the d file, and I've got to cover it somehow anyway. I had much attack. Pawn at a3. I don't think it's getting anywhere. Winding through the game.
Yeah.
I was surprised when he played pawn at h6. I didn't know where his attack was going. 12.
Again, the computer didn't like it. It preferred pawn at g5 first for some reason. But yeah, it's not clear why. But
I thought I was reasonably happy when I found this queen at f6 defense because win any material, which he was trying to do on g7 or
yeah, so
pick up a piece with check. Or...
yeah, we were discussing this actually just a second ago. Computer likes just sacking the piece for that pawn on g7, and then dropping a pawn on h6, maybe. Yeah, dropping pawn on h6.
Yeah, I was expecting knight takes g7.
Yeah, and then you then have another pawn to drop on g7. So you're winning a rook back for your knight.
And on move number 10, I was surprised at knight at f5. I mean, maybe it's the best move, but pawn at f5 is certainly an option. Drop pawns and hunt down the queen. Try and chase it away from the e-file. I'm not sure if I had enough pawns to do that.
So you go
f5,
pawn at d6,
queen e4.
Yeah.
At f6 if queen e4. Oh no,
So
hang on, the bishop's hanging. Maybe I just trade first on c3.
Yeah.
Pieces to chase him away from the e-file, so I'm not losing a piece.
Yeah, so you go bishop takes c3, b takes c3.
So some interesting openings in this Scotch. We had two Scotches.
Yes.
When I was playing black. I said before, but I saw the way Vempelli plays it with.
So I don't know if you're
It's very chess-like.
I don't know if you're up to date with the news, but after Fumitox beat Vempele yesterday.
Apparently there was some bet.
Vempele hadn't won 4 games. Well, apparently Fumitox was saying he was being a bit disagreeable when he was arranging times. So Fumitox said, "Okay, let's make a bet. If you don't win 4 games against me, then you close all your accounts." And Vempele agreed to that. And he's not only closed his main account, he's closed his keyboard account and his the account which you doxed on your first ever YouTube video from the chess.com event. He said, "I reckon this guy. I played this opening against a certain D4 King River," which so I think that must have been Vempele as well, because that's also gone.
That was real gladiator style.
Yeah,
to the death.
And and the problem is, like, I was hoping like one day we should like study Vempele's. He's got quite a deep opening repertoire, and his games are probably quite a good resource if you want to learn your opening.
Surely, the games are surely in the database, right?
They're in the database.
Yeah, they're still there.
They're in the database, but you can't. It's not so easy to look at them. As in, if you follow any particular opening, you can see. I mean, it only shows what that latest highest-rated players played, as it were. You can't. I don't think there's any way of seeing. Yeah. So it's rather unfortunate. And I don't know if he's going to come back.
Surely, it's unfortunate to lose such a strong player.
For sure.
And a theoretician. I mean, some people would argue with that, but.
Well, we need him tomorrow in Jan.
To lose a theoretician.
we need him tomorrow in Jan Lee and 12-10 against the world. On the subject of which, will you be?
But isn't that chess 960? Has he studied all the 960 positions?
Okay, yeah, I keep getting confused. Yeah, of course it's chess 960. Yeah. So will you be joining the voice chat tomorrow? I think it's 7 p.m. GMT. Was that too early?
It's
A bit too early.
pretty
isn't it?
hard for me to talk at 5 a.m. though.
Yeah, that's true. Because people are sleeping.
Just playing the Elite Crazyhouse last Sunday
Yeah.
in this house at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. when I woke up. So and people
Yeah, it'll be different.
hearing range.
Yeah.
Probably not able to talk at 5 a.m.
Yeah. Well, if you can join us halfway through, there'll still be some people.
You can
Obviously,
follow along. I don't know if there's.
We'll be chatting in text chat as well. But yeah.
I don't know if there's any text chat going on yet. But
Yeah, there definitely will. I mean,
I'll try and follow the games if I
Yeah.
can.
so I mean, I'm sure Oppo is probably quite likely to be using text chat. He often uses text chat. So yeah, whoever plays the moves for the world will have to be good at multitasking because they'll have to listen to voice, read the text, everything.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because the world needs a mouse, right?
Right, exactly. And it's quite unfortunate because someone like Penguin would actually be quite good for that, but he's traveling tomorrow. Maybe Michael will.
Plotkin would be quite
Step
good
in.
at 960.
Yeah, so we'll probably have Plotkin or Michael taking the mouse for the world.
Yeah, and then he can take the time scrambles as well.
Right.
And people will just be calling out random moves in the time scrambles.
Yeah. So it's 15 seconds.
Any
increments,
definites
so-
with the voice? Yeah. Any definites with the voice chat, Michael?
Oh, sorry.
Definites with the voice chat tomorrow? Joining with the voice chat?
Yeah, probably. If I'm home,
Contenders.
if I'm home, I can join. Yeah. Or sorry, what did you mean? I didn't quite understand.
Saying if there's any definite contenders for the voice chat joining in tomorrow.
So,
Like who's
just-
playing?
there's no one
Yeah.
we just know people who've expressed interest. So people who've expressed interest are like Schwanet, GSVC, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's that one guy's name? Diablo
Diblasal.
something.
So it's going to be in this new John Lee vs 12 team chat, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that. That's nice.
So yeah, I mean, as long as they know what time it's on, what day it's on, where to go, they'll just join in, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make it.
I said earlier to Legion that would be good if someone make sure that they know it's tomorrow.
But can people under
But
can people under 2200 see this chat? Because I can't see it.
yeah, probably you can't see it right now.
Because it needs
I
to
can
be like where
Give you
people
access
under
to-
because it should be that people under 2200 can see it, but like they're unauthorized to talk in it.
Yeah, to write stuff.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, anyway, congratulations.
So did somebody write a script blocking people under 2200 from seeing this chat?
yeah, Lazy did that.
Yeah, but he should have written it to block people from writing in it, not from seeing it. Because we want to see it, we just don't want to
Yeah,
write
right.
it. So the code needs to be corrected.
Yeah, I think he.
Should be open for anyone to hear. Maybe except Charlie and
Yeah,
12
exactly.
team.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure they won't even think about it.
Yeah. Cool. So you have to beat GSVC on Sunday then, Mugwort, if you're going to be a candidate.
And your time, he's from the Americas, right? Like he'd be a similar time zone as Penguin, I guess.
Yes. So you reckon the match would be a similar time, would it? Okay.
As if it's Monday morning, really early,
Yeah, it's difficult.
about 6 a.m. anyway. I don't know. I just got to have a chat to him and see what his options are.
Yeah. I mean,
if it's my Sunday night, That would be too early for him because it would be starting at, I don't know, 7 in the morning or something, I guess. Well, we'll see. Maybe I could start up till about 9 a.m. his time, which would be midnight Sunday night my time.
Or maybe tomorrow is possible if you skip the. If you sleep in for
Sunday night.
But if you don't get up too early for January 12 team versus the world, and do it Sunday, your Sunday morning. Well, anyway,
The morning would be
which would be Saturday night his time.
his Saturday night. Like, let's say if it's 10 p.m.
So basically, after January 12 team versus the world.
Be like 5 or 6 hours after that
Yes.
match.
Yeah, something like that.
I'll just have a chat to him and see what his options are.
Yeah,
first.
it'll be good. I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream that, unfortunately. So I might be traveling. But we'll see.
Well, I'll do a recording at least.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I did today. So the other game I think I was in trouble was in game 3.
Okay.
Game 3.
The black
which
game.
was that? Oh yeah. Ooh, quite high AC average in the pawn loss for both of you.
So I mean, he fell for a mate in 1. He was probably winning at the end with some other move. Queen takes rook at the end.
Yeah, queen takes rook's mating. So why is it mating? So queen takes rook.
I mean, I wasn't entirely sure whether he had enough pieces to mate, but in knight takes bishop, king f8.
Bishop.
I don't know what happens after that.
So
Oh yeah, it's mating.
you drop the rook. He
Drop
takes
the rook and then take on g8 with check.
Yeah, takes. Yeah, yeah. Takes. Now he's got 2 pawns, a knight, a bishop, and a queen, and your king is bare.
That's certainly enough.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a sneakier way of doing
Even though
it.
the knight on g7 gets in the way, it's
So apparently, there's a sneakier way of doing it, which is bishop at h8 instead of taking the knight. Bishop h8. So the idea is you're keeping the king in the G and H files. Yeah.
if you take the bishop, there's queen at h6.
And if you take the bishop, yeah, then there's queen at h6. And if you block, then
Similar to game 2, isn't it? I did bishop at e8.
Yeah.
Sort of similar idea.
yeah, that was very nice. Yeah, the bishop, knight, and rook mate.
Pieces to mate. But I think he could have survived if he didn't do what he did.
And if he goes here,
King
then
instead of taking on c6.
he's
some
here, I
stage.
guess. It's mate.
Was I winning it? Was I winning at one stage?
So let's have a look. Yeah, no, that was a crazy. Like you were winning, but you just had that mating opportunity.
I think I missed a simple pawn at e3 first before promoting.
Yeah, on move 21.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I was looking at promoting to knight, and I didn't think that went anywhere. So I promoted to queen, but then
Yeah, you drop the pawn,
just-
so king has to move, and then you can promote to check to the queen.
no, I would have played that instantly if I saw it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Dead after f1 queen.
So promote to knight still winning, but yeah.
A crazy game before that. To queen for 2 knights. I was actually intending to provoke f4, hoping for something landing on f2. Is which way to sack the queen?
Yeah, I remember analyzing this for bishop c5 in the scores, and I think knight f5 is the right move, like the best move. But then
I'm not sure about queen queen f6.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Although it should be good. But then I'm
And the
not sure
play's
what to
quite
do as
forcing
white.
because I don't know what else I had apart from pawn at e6.
So which game is this?
Seven's playable. Knight ge. Game 3.
So still game
Maybe
3.
knight
Yeah.
ge7 instead of.
Yeah, maybe. But he can still attack your queen though. Queen e5.
Cut off. Once he goes knight h4, I can bring the queen back to say e6. On at e6, the queen's cut off. It's getting trapped after knight h4.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting
So-
2 knights is not bad.
I haven't checked any of his games with the engine yet.
Yeah, you got quite good material compensation for the queen, like you said. I mean, you have
Danger
2.
is always going to be pawn to f6, like he did in the game.
Yeah.
I was thinking even taking a pawn somehow.
Yeah,
so
so-
getting a pawn and a knight plus a weakness on f2.
Yeah, so takes the pawn. So
It's
probably,
f5 followed by pawn takes f5.
yeah, so he can't take back, 'cause I think that would be mating, wouldn't it? Apparently not immediately. Okay. I mean, I was thinking knight takes rook might even be mating, but apparently not. It's so tempting to go knight takes
On move number 12 or what?
So you have a choice between taking the queen and the rook, or yeah. And I was wondering, so you take the pawn. If you took back your pawn on f6, I thought that knight takes rook would be mating. But I'm completely wrong. Or else my depth
No,
is
it
just
didn't
too
feel
low.
like mate to me.
Yeah.
Even knight takes queen didn't feel like mate either.
So what I mean is, if he
It's
ignores
close.
if he ignores your attack, is it mating?
Six. Look at the queen, yeah. If that happened, I was probably just going to take the bishop and do what I did in the game.
Yeah.
It's good to play pawn at g7 first.
Yeah, it's quite a nice way of picking up f6 with the bishop check. That gets you safe. So what's he miss?
Didn't see that at first at all. I mean, the whole idea of knight at f2 in the first place is certainly not to pick up a bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the way he played, I thought it was... It at least gave me some chance of defending.
Oh, he didn't really do anything wrong. But
Finding a mate too seriously at all.
yeah. Yeah, queen takes h7 apparently is a mistake, although obviously it was a mating chance later.
So, what else? Rook f1 or just knight takes
Knight takes
g7?
g7, rook takes g7. Yeah. And then... Yeah, but basically that whole sequence of moves where you get yourself out of trouble, he didn't really do much wrong, and he according to Stockfish, he loses his advantage from +5 to -5.
On which move? Queen takes h7?
The sequence from so at the point where he does pawn where you go g takes f6, the computer doesn't like g takes f6. It thinks taking the queen is good, maybe taking the rook even. So initially it likes taking the queen, but then later when you take the bishop, it really likes that. But when you take the bishop, it feels like you
I
haven't.
think I really overestimated the danger of f takes g7. Just at all.
Yeah, f takes g7 is. So it was thinking take the queen and then go rook g8 after
was
f
that-
takes b7. Yeah.
At one point, he's setting up a sneaky mate, so I think this is what he was playing for. When he went g takes f6,
Yes.
instead of queen at f8, and that is mating.
Yeah, we saw that in the game. Yeah.
I can't play knight takes rook or knight takes queen at that particular moment.
Yes.
Looking for other moves, and that's how I found knight takes bishop check.
Yes.
Didn't find that, I think I was dead.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm saying is,
Losing a lot of material at least.
yeah, and at that point that you found knight takes bishop, it thinks white's got a +5 advantage, and I'm saying I don't really see white making any real mistakes, just very subtle mistakes. And over the course of the next few moves, you turn that into a -5 advantage to you with your defensive moves. I mean, again, even queen takes h2, it doesn't. Queen takes h7, that's a huge blunder according to the computer. But between g takes f, between this knight takes bishop move and just before he takes that pawn, there's a big, there's a swing in the position. He hasn't really done that much wrong. It's like it reckons after knight takes bishop. This is really weird, but he shouldn't take back the knight. He should go king f1 maybe, but that doesn't seem to make sense.
I was interested to know if move number 10 move, because of course I have a chance to play knight at f2 immediately if I want to, but that good after queen e2 check.
Yeah, probably not.
Block off the e file first.
Yeah. Yeah, so white's quite happy. So if you then block, I think he could then go f6.
More options.
Go g8.
Less options.
Yeah.
I was actually expecting queen e2 on move 11 instead of bishop d3.
Yeah, that's rather nasty.
What to do? I was even thinking of going king d8 after queen e2. Just plays f6 anyway. I mean, I'm losing some material. I'll probably go rook e8. But I have a lot of material down in that case. Knock out the e file after queen e2.
Yeah.
Felt like something went wrong in the opening. Maybe pawn at e6 was not the most accurate.
Well, after queen e2, then okay, it's suggesting knight at d5. Which seems crazy.
Just to cover f6.
Oh, knight at d5. Sorry, knight at d5. Either knight at d4 or knight at d5. Okay, so knight at d5 would be
sucking a knight that way.
Covering f6. Knight at d4 is another sort of. It's not the good move, but it's just like that actually is interesting because he takes it and then
distract him while sacking a knight, hitting the queen.
Bishop takes, hitting the rook. But then he's got knight at b5 hitting f7. Yeah, I don't know. And then you got
guards c3. It guards c3 as well in case of pawn at f2 check, king d1, knight at c3.
so if he does. Yeah, but the more the computer thinks, the more it really likes white in this whole setup.
Yeah, so that's why I think
So
something went wrong.
It seems like
earlier on.
knight at d5 is the best, but even this, yeah. Queen. Oh, queen.
Theoretical point of view, something's gone wrong earlier.
Queen at c4, hitting the knight and the bishop. That's. But
Not too much.
well, it's only plus.
Yeah, that's good for white after I saw the way he played in the game.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, after knight at d5, queen at c4, it is still only +1. So it hasn't gone, or +2 now, but it hasn't gone terribly wrong. It's still.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just very hard to play, basically.
Most of my white games were comfortable. I mean, game 6, I guess, was a bit crazy. Got a bit nervous towards the end, trying to find a mate.
For sure.
Good game, the last one.
Yeah. There you go.
Stuff with, queen at c4 and pawn at e2, hitting f1. And defend and attack at the same time.
Yeah, so
I didn't think I was terribly lost at any stage, but I haven't checked. I'm not quite sure.
yeah, so we really liked the pawn at b4 during the game, but the engine doesn't like it. So
Pawn at b4.
it was move 7. Oh, you were mixing it up.
According to the graph, I was game. I didn't realize.
Sorry, I mean penguin's pawn at b4. Yeah, it doesn't like it.
It doesn't like that. Yeah, I mean, in many lines, you get to play knight b5 when you haven't swapped off your light square bishop. But I wasn't sure what to do when the bishop's gone.
So
I played that exact move in that exact position.
So drop on a4, maybe.
Okay, so
And
the
then
idea is
take.
to block the a file, then take on b4.
Yeah, and then if he takes back, then,
Yeah, that makes sense.
then castle. Yeah. And then it says +8. Ouch.
I have seen some lines where you just sack the knight on c3, so I think I spent about 1 minute and 20 seconds or something on that move, but
Yeah, so you're still
I thought,
you're still doing fine.
I mean, my king is safe, I've got good development, got a pawn for a piece, his pieces are still completely stuck at the back.
Yeah.
Always going to be able to be attacked. I've always got something for the piece.
That's why this whole line.
It's just really annoying for black in about any position. This
Yeah.
pawn at e5 on move 10.
And I find it in my own games, if I play these sort of Scandinavian type setups, if you don't play it correctly, you're +2 turns into +7 in a 2 or 3 move, in even one move.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then this is what happened here. I mean, like,
Yeah, I could have taken the queen on move 17.
yeah. That seems.
I thought bishop at g3 was quite safe. The queen back, I'll just keep putting pawns on to kick the queen around.
Yeah, that's what.
And h5 is also hanging.
Yeah.
It's good at that stage. I mean, obviously he's desperate to counterattack, dropping pawns everywhere. Yeah, with him running out of diagonal pieces, I thought, yeah, I can just let his rook land on g2.
So in a way, you played this in a very kind of safe style in a way. Like you were never relinquished.
Style.
Yeah.
It's a bughouse style because he can get infinite pieces with his knight on g2 and he can't do anything.
Yeah. And then at the end it was a weird king run. It was difficult to because there was no
Move 28. I was looking for a mate, but
move 28. Really?
with rook and queen defending d8, I didn't see.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's no mate.
Bishop at c7 instead of. But in that case, I'm still going to have to defend on g2. Queen. I still have to play a defensive move.
Yeah, it's +20 with no mate.
So rook at d8, rook at b8, nothing works.
But it's really weird. Like even later,
Hug the queen and something will happen. At c6, I should have tried to switch the attack to the light squares.
but even on move 47, when you've got his king all the way out on c5 and stuff. It's only like mate in 12 or something, or mate in 10. It's not. It's even in that position, it really wasn't very obvious. Yeah. But it was very useful. He didn't have a knight, so you knew he couldn't be too threatening. You kept your knight safe, I think, which is quite important. Because if he gets a knight, then he has tricks.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Trying to keep piling up an attack on f1. That was his whole plan, basically.
Yeah.
Off all the material I could with check. I waited to take his queen with check. That's why I was playing moves like d5 and d5 check.
Yeah. It was quite tricky. I mean,
there can't be anything wrong with dropping pieces with check, even if I'm chasing into relative safety, because also what I'm doing is covering squares around the king and blocking off the a6 f1 diagonal. So basically, I was in no hurry to find a mate. I was just trying to pick off the queen.
yes. And he basically had sacked his queen earlier already. Queen takes pawn. And that was forced, because if he didn't do queen takes pawn, he was getting mated.
Happy with the way that turned out in the end. What is GSVC saying? He might have been out of shape for ZH.
Oh, he's saying penguin.
Plays an aggressive opponent. He says it gets worse when he plays an aggressive opponent. I played aggressively. For me to analyze my style.
Mugwort style. I wouldn't say you're going all-out aggression. I think it's actually Penguin who plays very sharp stuff himself. I mean, he's the one. He's going down some of these sharp lines, and I don't know.
I mean, compared to someone like 12-teen or Schwan, I don't think I'm anywhere near as aggressive, but
yeah,
balance between defense and attack, and throw away too much material along the way.
So yeah, I think so. So I think a lot of these games, so Penguin might have been, for example, there's a lot of positions where like the queen is out in the open, and what do you exchange the queen for in some sense? Like the queen can get trapped quite in these sort of Scandinavians. When the queen comes out, the queen gets trapped quite easily.
Yeah, there was one game, I think it was the previous game, number 4, where I went knight at c4.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Theme, when you get a knight in hand, if the queen's blocked off from going along the 5th rank to f5 or h5, it has to go back to a6 to drop a bishop or a pawn on b5, and then the queen's trapped. It's very, very typical.
Yeah, that was beautiful, yeah. Oh, so Sandro Pedro in the Twitch chat, I didn't notice it earlier, was saying thanks for streaming. And I read your blog sometimes also, it's awesome. But I'm sorry I wasn't following this Twitch chat carefully.
And about your blog?
Yeah, the zhchess.blogspot.com.
Yeah, it's great. Has it been updated recently?
Not since the positions, the spot and the move position.
This was by far This was by far the last match of the losers bracket, right?
Yeah, your next one against.
About 4 weeks for this match to happen.
Well, there are two. There was one other. Well, there was one match yesterday, like Fumitox against Vempele, and then as you said, yeah, there's GSVC against the winner of against you, basically. But yeah, there's one other match which was all you need is Luft against Little Plotkin.
Plotkin and Luft, is that not going ahead? Or?
And all you need is Luft seems to have withdrawn, and then the loser of that would play Clearcast. But if the loser of that has withdrawn, then that means Clearcast is also through as a candidate. So yeah, it looks like Clearcast and Little Plotkin are also through as candidates.
Does that mean there's only one more match in the qualifications?
Yep, it looks that way, which is GSVC against Mugwort.
Let's finalize who the candidates are. Do you want to run through the candidates?
From the top of my head, okay. So 12 team, Opperwaisen, JK the Bullfrog, with if all the other candidates are happy for him to participate, so he feels welcome. Then from the winners bracket, there was Splits Bullet, Little Plotkin. I'm not good at doing this remembering. Master Tan and
I know it.
And Sexy and I know it. And Feedlude, after losing his match against Master Tan, forfeited. So forfeited his elimination bracket match, which meant that Schwanet in the elimination bracket was the first elimination bracket person to go through as a candidate. Then Clearcast, because all he needs left is forfeited. Then Fumitox beating Vempele, and the final one will be Mugwort against GSVC. So yeah, that will make up 2 plus 8, so 10 plus maybe JK, the Bullfrog.
So
Alright,
then
it's hopefully we're going to finish the candidates this year.
So the candidates is not going to be
final.
But the candidates is not going to be something like this week you have to play this person. It could be something like every player could say this week I'm free.
Play whenever you can.
I'm free at these times, and
try to play more than one match a month.
Well, what you want to avoid actually is people abusing that system. If you say I'm going to be free at this so time, you don't want some random person to prepare for you and then tell you at the time when you said you're going to be free, oh, okay, I'm free to play you now. So that would be an abuse of the system, obviously. So we want to stop that happening. I mean, this is just me thinking myself. Like, you want something where it's very, very flexible, but you also want something where it is arranged in advance. It's not like I'm free at this time, anyone can drop by and take advantage of the fact I'm free at so-and-so time. So you want to say I'm free at so-and-so time in the next week, and people have to say, yeah, you know.
The matches really should be about like a few days in advance.
Yeah, so
it's also for the benefit of the spectators.
Right. That's yeah. So I'm saying you could even play like 3 matches in a day or 3 matches in a weekend, but everything should be. It should be stipulated in advance, because otherwise it would be unfair on. It would be unfair on the player if they said, "Oh, I'm free all this weekend," and then someone just planned for the match all week and then just comes up to them at the weekend and say, "Okay, I'll play you." So as long as that's not happening, basically it's complete freedom for players to schedule whenever they like.
It's basically we leave it up to the players, and the spectators hope they give us a few days in advance notice so we can.
Right, exactly, yes. Because ultimately, if the players
around watching a few matches.
Yeah, and some players are better at that than others, obviously.
Even the fellow candidates would like to watch the other matches.
for sure. I mean, because there were some players in this double
I see
elimination.
people like 12 and yes, watching my CWC matches.
Yes.
Any of the Aussies got up this morning to watch my match?
Oh, so I didn't look properly.
John Lee and Master 10 were watching the one against Figlude.
Not sure. Yeah, I
See, it's something like 48 spectators.
I think there were too many to
Who was
notice.
watching.
Yeah, exactly. There were too many to notice who was watching. Yeah, but certainly people in the house were watching those. Yeah, I mean, you can even see who's listening in now. Or just not. There were about 10 people in the CWC voice just listening in, but muted. So yeah.
Okay.
People like Legion, Lazy, etc.
That was challenging me. I think I might take a break and do something different for a while.
Okay, cool. Okay, so have a good weekend and good luck.
Did you get to stream? Did you get to stream the 6 games, or you joined partway through?
Yeah, I streamed all 6 games.
All right. Well, thanks for streaming. Okay.
Oh yeah. Thanks for joining
For
us.
a while.
After. Okay, and good luck against GSVC.
See you.
I'm sorry I
See you,
won't be able
Michael.
to follow that. Yeah. Bye, Michael.
Could organize a time to.
Yeah.
He's free, and then hopefully the time zone works out, so I don't have to get up at 3 a.m.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Bye, Michael.
Okay, see you later.
See you. Bye. Bye, Mugwort. Okay, this is OK signing out.